And we're back. Welcome back. If you've missed the playthrough, we're back. We will continue our quest through the land of Drang Lake. And today we're doing yet another dark area, which will require a torch, which is called No Man's Wharf. But before we get to No Man's Wharf, as it turns out, we have to go through another area. So my idea of doing one area per video, or is it one video per area? I don't know, whichever one. That idea, that's not gonna work because the game isn't really structured that way. Certainly not the beginning of the game isn't structured that way, and my playstyle isn't structured that way. Like I have quite a specific route that I take when I play this game, and doing one area at a time fully isn't really part of that. So maybe later on when the game sort of becomes more linear, we'll do that, but not right now, because there are a lot of loose ends anyway. Like we still have things with Twixt to do some stuff in there. We have this area, which welcome to Heide's Tower of Flame. We're not doing this area either. We're doing like half of it. This area has two halves. One it's easier, and the one is much more difficult. And we're doing the easier route today, or the easier half today, just to get through it and just to go through to No Man's Wharf. So this is another loose end that we're creating, and then the only reason, or I should say, part of the reason we're going through No Man's Wharf at all, is to get to the other half or the other side of the Lost Bastille, which is yet another loose end. So it just keeps piling up in that way. So it's not like it was some revolutionary idea to do one area per video, right? Like it's not, a genius breakthrough, an epiphany that no one else has done before. But, I'm just saying, right? So the thing with Heide's Tower of Flame is that it's very easy in the beginning because you only have to fight these big guys, and they're obviously quite big, and they're slow, and they're very telegraphed, and they don't have a lot of health, not really, so they're pretty easy to deal with, certainly one-on-one. But later on, this area becomes much more dangerous because the little white guys that you may have seen, those wake up as well and start attacking you, and those are much more difficult to dispatch. But apparently we don't need those white guys because I can die on my own just fine. I don't even need an enemy. I can just die to gravity, so that's fine. There is no need for enemies for me to die. That was a silly death. That was a classic noob Dark Souls death, dying to gravity because I was pushed off by the enemy. But what are you gonna do? We just go again. It's fine. As you can see, these guys, you don't even really have to dodge them. If you know their attack patterns, you can just walk around them and you'll be fine. Especially the ones with the swords. These guys with the maces, they're a bit more dangerous. And they're a bit more dangerous because they have these sort of snappy movements in that they are slow in the beginning and they're very telegraphed, but then they just attack very quickly, or relatively quickly, I should say. They're more difficult to deal with, but not impossibly so. Certainly not. Let's try again. Maybe this time we will be able to kill this guy without dying. Will we? Yes, we will. Okay, it's fine. I don't want to say I don't die anymore, but I don't think I die anymore in this area, in this particular area. We get the Lloyd's Talisman. I have no idea what that does, to be honest with you, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, we get these levers that rise up once you kill some specific enemies, and the thing with those is if you pull them, it raises some platforms in the boss arena, which makes it more difficult or even impossible to fall. Stop texting me. People are texting me again. But anyway, we're not going to do that because there is a way to cheese the boss of this area. You enter the boss and you can make the boss fall off, essentially, which obviously if you're trying to do that, raising the platforms is counterproductive, so that's why I'm not raising them. Anyway, here's an interesting situation to find oneself in, fighting these two guys at once. It's the kind of fight that I don't really like, in the sense that you just have to be patient, but thankfully one of the guys retreated, and so I can just fight one guy at a time. But I don't know if you've noticed, but it's very noticeable that we've leveled ADP in the last episode. Like, I'm dodging like I have cheats on or something. Like, I can't believe that I'm not getting hit by some of these attacks. It's very nice. It's a very good feeling when you level ADP and you actually have a significant number of invincibility frames. So yeah, that was a very, very pleasant surprise. If I was going through this area at base ADP, I would definitely be getting hit by some of these attacks. So definitely a good idea to level it. Anyway, these guys are easy to dispatch, as I said. There is a summon there as well. I might summon him or them, I don't know, for when we go through this area, through the other half of this area, but so far, yeah. So this is the boss, this is a Dragonrider. I have heard several methods of making this guy fall off. Clearly I have failed now. I was never able to get this consistently, so I try every time, but more often than not I end up fighting him normally. And because I always try and cheese him, I end up finding him normally on this narrow platform that you can fall off. So that's not great. But I fought him many times, so I'm very familiar with his moveset. So that's good. But yeah, I don't know. I've read several methods on how to make him fall. Either you walk through the fog gate and you count 5 steps, and then you run and he dies. I've heard 7 steps as well, and then I've heard those two numbers in seconds. I've tried them all. I don't know how to do it. I really don't know how to do that consistently. As I said, I've gotten it a few times at most, but more often than not, I don't get it. So that's annoying, but it's not a difficult boss fight, so it's not a big deal. Certainly not difficult for this point in the game. And certainly not difficult for when I fight him, so that's good. But anyway, we go to Majula and we level up, I believe. Yes, we're using the souls. I think I'm gonna do a strat here. I call it a strat. It's not really a strat, but it's something to do, I guess. I don't know, you can do it. It's not illegal, I suppose. Which is to say, I talked to the Emerald Herald, and then I walk away because she was sitting down. So if you talk to her, you make her stand up, and then you can talk to her again, and she goes straight into her dialogue. You don't have to wait for her to stand up. But anyway, we're here because we want to purchase a ring, which is this one, the Ring of Whispers. Can hear the voices of foes for 6,000 souls or whatever it was. And yeah, that's what it says on the tin. If you equip that ring, you will start hearing whispers when enemies are nearby, and you can even hear them when enemies are behind closed doors or behind walls. It's basically a way to deal with ambushes, just to give you like a heads up when an ambush is around the corner. That's fine. I will not use it for that purpose. The reason I bought it is because it will allow me to talk to a certain NPC who is otherwise indisposed and cannot talk to me, or doesn't want to talk to me. Yeah, I want to talk to that NPC because I want to do his quest line, because he gives me a fragrant branch of yore as a reward, and that's something I want. And I say quest line, it's not a quest line, it's a quest. I basically kill the boss and he gives me the reward, so that's why. And we also get the Pharaoh's Lockstone, which will become apparent further later in this episode. But anyway, we kill this person, this woman. The reason we kill her is because she is a scammer. You might have seen a round chamber when we entered the tunnels towards the Heide's Tower of Flame. That chamber, that round chamber, is used to open up another area which is called Huntsman's Copse. And normally you would have to pay this NPC a number of souls, I don't know, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, something like that, souls for her to allegedly pray and perform some kind of a miracle to activate that mechanism. But as you can see, we looted the contraption off of her corpse that allows her to, or allows us to engage that mechanism by ourselves without the need to pay her some amount of souls. So that's good. That's why I kill her. And you know, she's a scumbag, so that she deserves to die, in my opinion. So and she's not useful in any other way because she sells some basic miracles, I'm pretty sure. Nothing really vital, certainly nothing useful for our build. So yeah, there's literally no reason to not kill her. And as you can see, she's very easy to kill because you just keep tapping her, keep stun locking her off the edge, and then when she comes up the stairs, you just stun lock her 2 more times and she falls and she dies. So very low risk. You can do that at level 1 even. You can do that with a dagger or something. You don't need a particular weapon to do that because she has no poise. So yeah. Anyway, these are the tunnels to No Man's Wharf, and this is an important area because it contains both an Estus shard and a Sublime Bone Dust, which will be the first Sublime Bone Dust we get in the playthrough. The Sublime Bone Dust, if you don't know, can be burned at the Majula bonfire, and that will increase the Estus Flask healing. It will go to +1 essentially, and it will heal more health per Estus Flask. So that's good. I tried to parry this guy and do a really bad job of it. I don't know why I keep trying to parry, but anyway, I backstab him, which goes much better, much more smoothly, and then he's dead. So yeah, these guys, if you see these guys, certainly in the first half of the game, they are either guarding a Sublime Bone Dust, yes, or a King's Door, which will become relevant later. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for those guys because they're important. In the later half or the second half of the game, they become much more common, even ubiquitous, if I dare say so. So yeah, not as significant in the later half of the game, but yeah. Anyway, this is a very long elevator ride to No Man's Wharf, and as you can see, I'm quite bored. There's no way to skip this, obviously. But yeah, we are on our way to the what is it called in this game? Estus Flask Shard. Yeah, I keep thinking of the terms in the other games. Like I keep wanting to say Undead Bone Shard instead of Sublime Bone Dust, which is what it's called in Dark Souls 3. But no, it's a Sublime Bone Dust in this game. I don't know what it's called in Dark Souls 1. Is it? It's Firekeeper Soul, yeah, because in Dark Souls 1 you only use Humanity to upgrade the number of your Estus Flask, and you use Firekeeper Souls to upgrade the quality. But anyway, we use a Fragrant Branch of Yore to unpetrify this guy, which hurts. It always hurts when you use a Fragrant Branch of Yore because they're obviously an item introduced to gate progression, and so when you use it, it feels like you're using something very, very important, which it is. But the game is routed and balanced in such a way that you can always get another one to keep progressing in the game. They weren't that stupid when they designed the game. So yeah, this is the Estus Shard. Yes, Estus Flask Shard, very well. So we're gonna have 5 Estus +1 soon enough anyway. What's in here? I can't remember. I think it's the night set. Is it the night set? It is the night set, yes, very good. I'm gonna have to take some time and review my armor soon enough. I might have said that in the previous episode and I didn't do it. Because yeah, we're still using the imported set. Granted, we're using the imported set with the Drang Lake set mixed and matched, so it's a very interesting combination of very bad armor i.e. the imported set, with very good armor. So yeah, I might be able to optimize that further while keeping good fashion souls. But it's just I really like the imported set. I think it looks good. The hood and the chest look very good to me. I mean, very good. I say they look very decent, passable, I should say. But anyway, here we are at Nomad's Wharf, the one and only bonfire in Nomad's Wharf, and apparently it's called Unseen Path to Heide, which is interesting because we've come from Heide. We're not going there. I don't know what the route would be to get to No Man's Wharf before Heide. I don't think you can do that because there's no way? Question mark. No, I don't think there's a way to No Man's Wharf from another area. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we strengthen our Estus Flask, so we now have 5, which is very good. And what do we level up? Let's see. Let's find out together as I take another swig. Ooh, very good. What's that? Was that 13 endurance or something? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Who am I? A commentator? No. You must have the wrong guy. Anyway, some force has strengthened the Estus Flask, and now we have 5 Estus Flasks plus 1. Very good. Very good. We're getting up there. I don't know what the maximum is. It's like 12 plus 7 or some shit like that. I don't know, man. I don't know who comes up with this with these numbers. But yeah. Anyway, No Man's Wharf is another very dark area, as I might have mentioned. And so we're gonna need a torch. We are definitely gonna need a torch. You can definitely go through the area without a torch, of course. But, you know, for your benefit, you're welcome again. I'm gonna go with the torch, and it's also very satisfying to light up all the, I don't know what they're called, man, sconces, braziers, lights, fucking standing lights. I don't know. You let me know in the comments what these things are called, and I'll keep calling them that. But yeah, it's fun to light all these things, these objects, these flammable objects. Anyway, we keep going. There's a bunch of summon signs in this area, but I elected not to use them because this is not really a difficult area, you know, especially at this point in the game. You know, it's just full of these shit guys that are not a danger in any way. The most dangerous enemies are the dogs, of course, and the Varangian guys, which are the other guys. We're gonna fight one now, momentarily. Presently even, yeah, these guys, these sort of bad Viking guys, which, yeah, they are quite dangerous actually, because they have that kick attack, they have all these combos. Do I not light that thing? I just saw that now, because I didn't like the thing. Please tell me I go back. No, I don't. Alright, well, there you go. Maybe I'll go back later and light it, who knows, but, oh well. Anyway, yeah, this area, if you don't know what a wharf is, it's a sort of a dock / port / harbor area. I don't know what the exact distinction is, but that's what it is. It's a place by the water for ships and stuff like that. And it's full of these houses, and so that's what the area is. It's just going through these houses and clearing them out. It's quite a confusing area layout. I don't really have a good mental map of it, because a lot of you go through houses to get from one place to another, and so it's difficult to remember which house is which and which house goes where, because they all look the same. And here I tested my hypothesis that rolling through water does extinguish the torch, and yes, hypothesis confirmed. There you go. The scientific method, bitch. Anyway, here is a very interesting enemy. I don't even know if he's an enemy, technically. I mean, technically he is an enemy, because you can lock onto him, but the point of this guy, which I'm now killing, is that he acts as a human torch, essentially. He just has a torch, and he follows you around, and he doesn't attack you. And I guess the point of him is if you don't have a torch or you ran out of torches, you can use that guy to better navigate this area. But I've always found him confusing because he has very erratic movements, and so he casts shadows all over the place, and it's sort of it turns the game into a sort of a strobe light, so that's not fun. Not that I have a problem with that, but it still makes it difficult to see what's going on. Anyway, we talked to Lucatil again. I think this is the last time we see her. I don't know where she goes after this, but the only reason I'm talking to her is because I know she gives me a human effigy. Does she? She didn't, or did she? I can't remember. I didn't see. I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, at some point she gives me or will give me a human effigy, so that's why I keep talking to her. So there's that. That's the whole point of her quest, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, these guys. Again, this was messy because yeah, I didn't know who to kill first, and the rapier again doesn't have very good tracking. It was a mess, but I got through it eventually. I was able to kill the dogs and the Varangian. But yeah, I was gonna say these guys do drop their armor pretty often, and it's pretty good armor. I might use it. I'm also gonna get the helmet later, but I'm not gonna use the helmet because the helmet is very bad. The helmet is the sort of stereotypical fantasy Viking helmet with horns that is not a practical design, giving your enemies handlebars to grab your head by in combat is not a good idea. I don't know who came up with it. Probably poets and stuff. They came up with it and it stuck, but yeah. You do not want handlebars on your helmet. You don't want to give your enemy a very nice handle to grab while they're cutting off your head. So yeah, that's why. Anyway, that's why I don't like that helmet. Never mind the graphic image I just painted you. So we just keep going. This is a very dangerous situation to be in with this guy because he likes to chuck. I don't know what they're called. Oil pots, I guess. He chucks oil at you. And if you get covered in oil and you have a flame nearby, you will start burning and you explode essentially in this game. So yeah, that's not very good. And even if you don't have a torch, you get covered in oil and then you get sniped by a fire arrow. Guess what? Same thing is gonna happen. But this is an interesting enemy in this area. I don't know what they're called, but they're afraid of light. That's their deal, their gimmick. Which is why having a torch is very important in this area, because otherwise they are they are quite dangerous, especially in groups. But you do need to take care. You need to sort of. I don't know what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is they're not completely immune to light, and so if you just stay in their face with the light, at some point they will go into a sort of a rage, and like this guy is doing, but I thankfully prevented him. They do go into a rage at some point and they start attacking you, irrespective of if you're holding a light source or not. Like this guy, look. No? Okay, well, never mind. But yeah, you want to kill them quickly. Nevertheless. They don't drop a lot of stuff, a lot of useless stuff, but you do need to kill them because they're very annoying otherwise. What do we have here? I was completely convinced that one of these chests is a mimic, but no, I was incorrect. I think one of them turns into a mimic in New Game Plus, perhaps, but not in New Game Plus. We get this great sword. Not a fan of the great sword. Oh, it's a trap. Very good, very good. What did we get from this trap chest? Two silver talismans. Oh, those are the ones that you use to camouflage yourself, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I don't like the great sword. The great sword, if you don't know, it's like Guts from Berserk. Great sword, and I'm not a fan. You know, I don't hate it, but I'm not a fan, and so, you know, I don't like using it. And it's also quite a big weapon. It's quite a wide and long weapon, and so you don't see a lot. It covers a lot of your screen when you're using it, but that's not why I don't like it. It's just the association with the Berserk manga that I'm not a fan of. Anyway, that was a clutch moment. Usually I just rush head first into this small area and I get ganked by those two Varangians, but thankfully this time I was a bit more cautious. And here we are. This is how we summon the boss. This is technically the end of the area, I guess you could call it. Because yeah, you pull this and the bells start ringing and the ship comes to the dock, and that's where the boss is on the ship. So yeah, this is not really a cutscene, but I left it in, just so you can see the ship dock, which is very weird because the ship was right there, like it doesn't come from anywhere. It was just outside the harbor, and then you ring the bell and it docks. But anyway, it's a cool moment nonetheless, I think. So yeah. What am I trying to do here? I don't know. I think I was looking for repair powder because yeah, my durability is getting pretty low. Anyway, what do we have in here? I think we're gonna meet Gavlan or Gavlan in here. I'm pretty sure. No, we're gonna meet some of these enemies, which yeah, apparently you can backstab these. I didn't know this for the longest time, but you can backstab them, which is quite interesting because they don't look like you can backstab them, but evidently I was incorrect on that. Alright, what else? This guy died. Very good, very good. Oh, we have a way to go to Gavlan, I'm pretty sure. And if you don't know who Gavlan is, or Gavlan, he's the one NPC that you can sell stuff to in this game. So he's very important, and we're gonna clear our inventory in this one. We're gonna have a bunch of souls, and then we're also gonna have a lot more room in our inventory, or a lot less clutter, I should say, because it's not like there's any sort of limit on inventory. But yeah, I tried to do a plunging attack on this guy, but he didn't let me, or did he? Oh, I did. I do. Yeah, very good, very good. I do succeed. These guys are very annoying otherwise because they're these sort of ninja guys. So they're quite dangerous if you don't expect them. But of course, I was expecting them, so it's fine. It's perfectly fine. Anyway, we continue. This is where I start getting confused because, yeah, I'm starting to get turned around and stuff. But thankfully, I get my bearings and we enter house number 55, I'm pretty sure, in this area. Very good. That was a dangerous combo he just pulled, but good thing I was ready for it. Anyway, you want to avoid breaking these pots whenever you see them in the game because they're usually filled with all sorts of shit, poison or whatever. So yeah, you don't wanna roll through them. So as much as possible, you either want to avoid them in their entirety or just chuck a firebomb at them. And here we see the rare crystal lizard rapier kill. I don't think I've ever done that before, killed a crystal lizard with a rapier, because they're pretty difficult to kill, but I don't know what happened here that I was able to kill it. So that was good. We got some upgrade materials. I don't think we need them, but we might need them in the future. And we got the Royal Soldier's Ring, which I'm pretty sure increases equipment load. Or does it increase HP, stamina, and equipment load? I'm pretty sure it's the latter. But anyway, it's a good ring, but I don't think I equip it in this one. So yeah, you can use fire bombs, you can use throwing knives and stuff to break these, just so you don't get covered in whatever shit is in them. Anyway, moving on, moving right along. We light this, very good, very good. We don't forget, like we did with the literally first one, or the one in the first house, I should say. And yeah, here we are at the crossroads, but I make the correct decision, which is to say I go and unlock the shortcut, because there is a shortcut in this area, and if you've only played Dark Souls 2, the original, you might not know about this because yeah, this shortcut only works in Scholar of the First Sin, which is arguably the superior edition. Um, yeah, I like this more than the original, but to each their own. I don't care. I really don't care either way. But yeah, you have this plank right here in front of us, and even in Dark Souls 2, in the original, it looks like you can kick it down or do something to it to unlock a shortcut, but you can't. There's no way to interact with it, but you can knock it down in this one, so that's good. And we're right back at the beginning, which is very opportune because my rapier is almost broken. So yeah, you don't want that to happen. I mean, it's not the end of the world because if you know, if your weapon breaks, you can always go back to the blacksmith and repair it. But that costs souls and it requires traveling, which resets enemies and stuff like that. I mean, you know, repairing it at a bonfire also resets enemies, but yeah, at least it doesn't cost souls. And anyway, I take the opportunity to also go back to Majula and level up and stuff because yeah, I have a couple of souls, so might as well use them and level up. Or do I use it for something else? Let's see. Oh, I think I buy a bright bug. Yes. No? Oh, I buy the fragrant branch of yore. Alright, very good, very good. And some life gems, just to get rid of the souls. I think I buy a bright bug in this one as well, and I'll explain why that is, what that is when I actually get it. But yeah, you do want to have fragrant branches of yore because they unlock areas, they unlock shortcuts, they unlock NPCs even. So all sorts of good stuff. So yeah, definitely make sure to have as much of them as you can get up to a certain point. You know, up to after a certain point in the game, you end up with more fragrant branches of yore than you can use or that you want to use. That certainly happened to me in my previous playthrough where I was like always looking for a fragrant branch of yore, and then after a certain point I was like I had like 3 in my inventory and I didn't know what to do with them. So yeah, it's not incredibly well balanced, but I prefer it, I guess, instead of having, you know, always being on the brink and always being at the poverty line, so to speak, when it comes to fragrant branches of yore. I would rather, you know, reach a point where I have plenty and I can just use them with whatever I want or on whatever I want, and that's it. So yeah, we're not going to the boss yet. The boss is, as I said, on the ship, but we're not going there yet because there's still area to explore. You know, this is the appreciation playthrough. We can't just go to the boss. We need to appreciate this game. Anyway, this is the way to an NPC, who is a wizard NPC, but he doesn't talk to you unless you have, I want to say 8 intelligence. I don't know for sure, but certainly more than 6, which is what I have. So yeah, he doesn't want to talk to me. But yeah, if you are an intelligence-based character, you can talk to him, and he will move to Majula and sell you spells and stuff. But I have no need for him because even though we will level up intelligence to quite interesting levels, or I say interesting, to just high levels. We're not going to use sorceries. We're going to use hexes because we're going to be a dark character, a dark, edgy guy. So yeah, we get 3 firebombs, and what do we get? I believe the original Dark Souls 2 had an Estus shard in this area, but it was moved to the tunnels before the area, so now you don't get an Estus shard anymore, I'm pretty sure, but I don't remember. I played a lot of Dark Souls 2, and I also played a lot of Scholar of the First Sin, so I sometimes mix them up. But anyway, this is Gavlan, and we can sell stuff to him, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna sell all of these weapons, all of them. We're obviously gonna keep the rapier and a couple of shields, I guess, but the rest of them can go fuck themselves. We're just gonna keep what we need. I'm not gonna do the same with armor because I wanna, have options for fashion souls and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not gonna sell armor, but all these weapons, I don't give a fuck about any of them. I'm not gonna use a priest's chime or whatever, or a crossbow, or some final fucking small leather shield. I do keep a buckler apparently because I'm still holding out hope that I'm gonna parry something someday, but don't you worry about that. But yeah, I also sell some duplicates when it comes to armor because there's no point in keeping duplicates. But I do keep individual sets. I do keep unique items. So yeah, that's it. Okay, so we got our souls back essentially. We can level up once more. And I was too lazy to sell like miscellaneous items. And you never know when you need like a random fucking dragon charm or who knows. So yeah, I didn't sell those. Only the weapons and a couple of pieces of armor. That's good enough for me. And yeah. Anyway, this is a clutch moment if I remember correctly. And I think, oh yeah, this is what happens when you get hit by oil when you have a torch, and this is also what happens when you panic and you have a torch, you die. So yeah, that was a stupid death. I panicked and I went one way instead of the other, and I don't even know what I died to. If I died to fall damage, or if some of those guys killed me while I was falling, or something like that. But it doesn't matter. What matters is I died, and we need to go all the way back, and get revenge, seek vengeance. The Emerald Herald told us to seek misery. Well, I'm gonna seek misery for those guys who killed me, fucking assholes. Anyway, we do need to deal with this dog, and we do need to take damage from the dog. Apparently, that's the law in Dark Souls 2. You can't just kill dogs without taking damage. Anyway, We're not gonna go. We're not gonna kill every single enemy in the area, but yeah, we do need to kill these guys, especially these hanging guys, because you never know when they're gonna sneak up on you. They like to be sneaky, and I don't like being sneaked up to. So yeah, the hanging guys, the laying guys, everyone has to die. Because again, as I mentioned, the enemies in this game will chase you to the ends of the earth. So yeah, you don't wanna be in that situation. I'm not gonna bother with these guys, or do I? Oh, apparently I do bother with these guys. I shouldn't have, but there you go. I do. Apparently, never mind what I said. I am killing everyone in my way. I thought I would rush to kill those guys and get my souls back, but apparently no. I had other plans back then. I say back then. I recorded this like 2 days ago, I think, or 3 days ago. I don't know. Yeah, I can't really record after work because it's like I'm too fucking tired. I'm not in the mood to play the game, right? Like I can, take a swig of my grog and get in the mood for recording, but I can't play that well when I'm drunk. So yeah, it's all about balance. Life is all about balance and not dying like a fucking noob. Anyway, the fact that I kept locking on to those guys in the distance didn't help, and I don't know what I was doing there, but I froze for a moment. Uh, I don't know. I don't know what's up with that, but anyway, I keep fucking locking on to those guys, which is not great. Um, let's see what's in this chest. I never remember what's in this chest. Repair powder and titanite shard. Okay, so that's good stuff. So I don't know why I don't remember, because the repair powder is very important in this game. I decide to forgo the torch and just kill this guy, just in case he tries to explode me again. And I'm being very, very cautious for no reason, because all the other guys are dead. So yeah. But yeah, as you can see, Gavlan is gone. I don't know where he went. He moves around. At some point, I think he settles in one area and stays there, but I don't know which one. So yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up eventually. But yeah, this looks like a clutch area, but isn't, because these guys are all they're all sleeping, so that's not very conducive to being dangerous when you're asleep. That's not very dangerous at all. I don't know if these guys can parry, but I decide to not take any chances and instead let them attack first, which almost killed me, so I took some chances anyway. I break these. These are yet another vestige of the fabled light and dark mechanic that was supposed to permeate Dark Souls 2, but didn't. And we get the Brigand set, which is the starting set for no class, I believe. I think it's just the Brigand set. I don't know. I don't even know what it looks like. It might be the starting set for the Bandit class, but then again, it might not. So I don't know. Anyway, this is a dangerous area because there's a bunch of dogs. There's like 3 dogs here, and normally there's some more guys as well, but I killed those already. And thank God for fucking throwing knives, which are allowing me to pull these dogs in, because I really don't want to get spammed by fire arrows from that guy that keeps shooting them at me. So yeah, you can technically come here first, or certainly earlier than I have, because yeah, and you might want to, because you can use a Pharaoh's Lockstone here and do the thing and light up the whole area, which is very helpful. Very helpful if you don't have a torch, but you do have a Pharaoh's Lockstone. So yeah, you can come pretty much straight here, I think, or certainly very quickly, and light up the area and don't have to worry about using a torch. But I still like using the torch. I still like lighting up all the things. So yeah. But this you know, lighting this big light does neutralize the weird enemies, because there's light everywhere now, so there's nowhere to hide, so they're always sort of incapacitated, which is very good. And I think that's it for No Man's Wharf, pretty sure. Anyway, we go to Majula, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna buy the bright bug now. I do distinctly remember buying a bright bug now, because the bright bug gets more expensive as you progress. Like when we first started the game, and I should have done this, but when we first started, the bright bug was 6,000 souls, and now it's 12,000, and then it goes to 48,000, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, you do want to buy it as soon as you can afford it. But I'm not gonna tell you what it is yet. I'm not gonna tell you what it is until I see myself buy it. Until I see that shit in my inventory, I'm not telling you a fucking thing. You get it? Anyway, let's see if I don't know what that was, but let's see if I buy it now. Yes, very good. So the bright bug. I'm sure you were fucking dying. I'm sure you were on the edge of your seats waiting to find out what a fucking bright bug is, and you totally didn't look it up. A bright bug is a very good item because it increases your damage and it increases your defense as well. So yeah, it is just a good, very good buff that you can use. And the reason I bought it is because at some point we're gonna use a bonfire ascetic to put a boss into New Game Plus effectively, and so I'm gonna put myself into New Game Plus as well by using the bright bug to balance things out. So there you go. That's what the bright bug is for. But we're not gonna do that for a little while, I don't think. Anyway, I think we're going to the boss now. Looking at the progress bar on the video, I don't know, man. We might or we might not go to the boss. Who knows? I'm apparently still killing these guys, so maybe there are some loose ends in this area that I'm forgetting about now, that I didn't forget about then. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with the thoroughness of the exploration that I did in No Man's Wharf. I'm pretty sure I got all the items, or certainly like 90% of the items in this area. So yeah, pretty happy with it. Whatever item I might have missed is not important because I got the Fragrant Branch of Yore. I got the Pharaoh's Lockstone, I'm pretty sure. Or did we get a Pharaoh's Lockstone in this one? Anyway, we got the Fragrant Branch of Yore, and that's really all that matters, as I get fucking sniped by that guy right in the fucking head. Right in the fucking head. Unbelievable. Yeah, we are going to the boss, aren't we? But of course, we can't just go to the boss because there's a fucking crowd of enemies waiting to kill us. So yeah, we need to deal with these guys. And then we can go to the boss. And there's that fucking ninja. I don't know what these are called. Are they mannequins? Or are they shadow something? I think their set is called the shadow set. So yeah, and the mannequins are something else. I don't know. I don't care. Anyway, we go to the boss now, finally. We get to see the ship. The ship is not a big deal, of course. It's just there's a couple of enemies on it. 3 enemies, I want to say, or maybe 4. 3 Varangians and one other guy. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It doesn't actually matter. Yeah, 2 Varangians and this guy, which I don't know what he's called. This guy is technically not from the ship, so he doesn't count. I don't know what these guys are called. All I know is that I must kill them, so that's what I did. Very good. No items on this ship, but I still go and check because, yeah, I want to play Captain Jack Sparrow, apparently, and to see myself behind the wheel. And now we go to the boss. It's not a big area, the ship. It's literally just the boss, and that's it. Do we buff? I think we buff. I think I use the dark pine resin. Very good to apply dark. This enemy is weak to lightning because it's in water and he's also armored. But I didn't have any gold pine resin, so I just use what I have. And here we are. We fight the Flexile Sentry. Of course, we've seen this already in the Lost Bastille. Technically in the Sinner's Rise, on the way to the Lost Sinner, but this is the intended first encounter with this enemy. As you can see, I'm doing quite a little bit of fucking damage to this guy, so not really a concern. If we had the gold pine resin, we would be doing even more damage. And I'm pretty sure if we had a concussive weapon, like a blunt weapon, we would be doing even more damage. But clearly, the rapier is more than adequate. And we kill the Flexile Sentry. We get its soul and a bunch of souls. I don't know how many. We have 20,000 right now, so that's good. That's good. And we go up here to carry on, but we also find a fire, not a fire, pyromancy flame, I'm pretty sure. Yes, and the fireball pyromancy, which we're not gonna use. But yeah. What do you say when a ship sails away? All aboard? Or is that trains? I don't know. Anyway, the ship goes. The ship goes, and this is an epic cutscene. Insert He's a Pirate from the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. And we go to the Lost Bastille, which you can see in the background there. Very good, very ominous, very good mapping. Which is not going to be the case for the rest of the game, or certainly parts of the rest of the game. But here we are at some more docks, and we go to the other half of the Lost Bastille. It's not even another half, so to speak, it's more like another, I don't know, 10% to 15%. I kill these guys for no reason, and the reason I say that is because I thought there was a trick with this elevator, because I go on it, but then I go out and I try to... I don't know what I was trying to do. I literally don't know what I was trying to do here. I don't know, maybe it's a false memory, or maybe it's something that was done in Dark Souls 2, but not in Scholar of the First Sin. Or maybe it does have something to do with the elevator, but I didn't do it right. I don't know. But yeah, essentially I tried to get on top of the elevator and see if there's any sort of hidden items up there or some sort of thing that I can roll into in the elevator shaft, but that was not the case. Spoiler alert. That was certainly not the case, and now we're just stuck waiting for this elevator to make its way back down. There you go. Very good. Very good. And now let's wait in silence while I take a swig of my grog. It's not actually grog, it's just neat rum. I don't actually like grog that much, because if you don't know what grog is, it's just diluted rum. And some people put some lemon in it as well, but yeah, it's not very good. It's quite refreshing in the summer, but it's January now, so not quite. Anyway, we send the elevator back for literally no reason. Well, I suppose I want to see what was on top of the elevator, if anything, but no, there is nothing on top of that elevator. So, but we do get this item, so that's good. At least we didn't completely waste our time, and I called the elevator back again for no reason, because we're not going to use this elevator ever again. But anyway, welcome back to the Lost Bastille. Very good. And I always forget where the bonfire is. There it is. It's the Exile Holding Cells bonfire, and this will be our base of operation for the next episode, I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do next episode. You think I'm planning this? Think I'm planning this shit? No. Anyway, we wake up the Emerald Herald, and then what? And then we use the souls. Very good, very good. We're only able to use one soul, because then the fucking dialogue is in the way, and I can't use the soul for the Flexile Sentry. Oh well, at least we woke up the Emerald Herald, and we have 28,000 souls. Very good. What are we gonna use it on? Let's find out together, because I don't remember. Endurance? Are we going full endurance? No? Just endurance, and then what? Strength? Alright. Yeah, I guess I level strength because I want to eventually be able to use the shield in one hand, you know, just in case. So yeah, I'm gonna need 12 strength for that, and eventually we're gonna switch to a strength E build anyway. So yeah, but mainly the reason I leveled strength now is because I want to be able to use the shield if needed. So yeah, there's that. I still need, I think, 3 more level ups in strength to be able to do that. But anyway, here we are, the end of the episode. Next time we're gonna go through the remaining bit of the Lost Bastille, and so I'll see you guys then. Have a good one.